Hey guys, it's Jamie.
And I'm Amanda, and we're with Siouxland Libraries.
And today we are at Fire Station 12 here in Sioux Falls, where we're going to learn all about Sioux Falls Fire Rescue.
Let's go check it out.
Let's do it. So we're here at Fire Station 12 and I've got firefighter Kyle here with us. Thanks for bringing us over here. I love firefighters and I love fire trucks. So could we maybe start with taking a tour of the truck and see what you got?
Yeah, this is actually one of our newer ones, so not a lot of people have seen it yet.
Ooh.
I'll start right here. So this is where the firefighters sit. So if we get a call, I climb up into this seat. We have assigned seats. This is my seat. I sit here for everything. This is where we keep some of the hose. So if there's a fire and we need to pull it off, you can grab one of these ropes right here and you can pull the hose off. A lot of times in fires, there's a lot of smoke and we need to be able to breathe better. So we have these special packs right here, and this is where we keep them. We like to keep them outside of the cab because sometimes they get dirty and they have a lot of not healthy things on them. So we want to keep them in a place where we can stay safe in the cab and they can just stay right here, but we have easy access to them. So this engine has a tank on it that carries 500 gallons of water, and if there's a fire, the driver will come back to this tank or to this panel and they'll pull these discharges and they'll make sure that the water from the tank is going to the correct hose that we pull. So we have to have communication and tell them which hose we pull. But this is the driver's area of expertise. They know exactly what to do to get water to us to help us put out the fire from this area.
This is so cool looking. I would want to push all the buttons, pull all the levers. I know that would be incredibly bad.
Yeah, I know.
But
It's
this
tempting
looks
though.
Really cool. And I love how organized everything is so that it's easy for you guys to find what you need in a quick manner so you can just do what you need to do as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
Of course, drivers are always learning and we're always practicing and stuff. So it does take practice to learn how to do everything, because this looks like just a jumble of confusion.
Yeah, I mean, spaceship.
Yeah.
It looks very confusing.
Yeah, but they know exactly what to do and when to do it. So.
Yeah, I love it. So is there stuff on the other side too?
Yeah, I can show you. I can show you back here.
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
So if we run out of water in the tank, we have to connect to a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
Well, there's a special hose that we use to connect to the fire hydrant. It's this big yellow one. So if there's a fire, I'll pull this rope. I'll be standing on the ground.
Yep.
But I'll pull this rope and it'll pull this big yellow hose. We call it LDH, large diameter hose. We can connect that to the fire hydrant.
That thing is massive.
It's really big and it's super heavy.
And that's probably why it's important to never block a fire hydrant, because you want to be able to get to it very quickly. And that guy is super heavy, so you don't want to be carrying it around everywhere.
Right, it is heavy.
Yeah.
We don't want to be able to move it, and it's hard to move once it's full of water.
Sure.
And if it's in the road and you see one that's across the road, you should go the other way, because if you drive over it, that creates damage, and then we'll have to take that hose out of service, get it tested, then we won't be able to use that hose possibly.
That's a good point.
This is one of my favorite compartments.
Oh, wow.
So these are saws that we can use if need be for anything, but these are really cool tools that only a few trucks on the department have. They're rescue tools, and they cut metal, they cut anything. So if you need to get somebody out of a car that's in a car crash, they can't just open their door, they need help getting out, you can use one of these tools to help out. So they're super heavy, they're battery operated, but they are super strong, and they can cut through just about anything.
Wow, that's really cool.
It is cool. So this is our EMS compartment. A lot of our calls, 65% of calls that we go on are medical calls. So we're not always fighting fires, we're not always helping at car accidents, like fire-wise. We could go to car accidents for medical emergencies if somebody, crashes into something.
Sure.
And they're hurt, we could do that, but we use a lot of our stuff, or a lot of our time is dedicated to medical incidences. So this is like a special, it's called a life pack. It's a special machine that if somebody's having a heart attack, we can use special patches to help them and kind of shock them. We've got blood pressure cuffs. We can read how much oxygen they have in their blood. So this is super important.
Yeah.
Then there's a really big red backpack up here that has just about everything you'll need, from Band-Aids to oxygen to different dressings if you have a big cut. It has all different kinds of tools. There's scissors in there. There's little plastic baggies in there.
It's like the largest first aid kit you could ever dream
Yeah,
of.
yes, exactly.
Love that. So you guys must have tons of training then to be able to do fires, help people get out of car accidents, emergency medical services. Like, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we have, so when you get hired as a firefighter for Sioux Falls Fire Rescue, you go through academy. So it doesn't matter if you've never been a firefighter before or if you have experience, everybody goes through academy. So right now academy is 16 weeks long. So it's Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, and then times vary, where you learn how to become a firefighter. And then once you graduate academy, you go onto the floor, and then you're still constantly learning and training. Every day you have something that you're practicing on, and you have crew training, you have individual training. We're always trying to better ourselves to be the best firefighter, EMT, paramedic that we can be, so we can help out the community the best of our capabilities.
Kyle, this has been so great checking out the truck and seeing all the gear that you have on there, but could you maybe show us what protective gear you would wear when you're answering a fire call?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Perfect. Wow, you got dressed incredibly fast. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the protective gear that you have on and what its purpose is?
Sure. Well, this is what we wear into fires. It's basically so we can protect ourselves, protect our skin. So I have pants on, and you saw that they are bibs. They have straps on the shoulders, so if we're crawling around, they're not going to fall down on me. These boots are heavy-duty boots. They're metal toes, so if anything falls on my feet, hopefully I will not be injured. And then it's all, fire and heat protected. This jacket, I have a lot of stuff in my pockets for tools and gloves. I keep an extra pair of gloves in here. I've got a flashlight in case it's dark. I have my gloves. These are fire protectant as well. So if I'm in a fire in a building that has a fire, I'll have these gloves on. This is, and then my thumbs always go through these thumb holes, so my sleeve won't be able to go up. So my wrists and my arms are always protected, so my gloves will go over my sleeves here. And then this is a special mask we wear.
Nice.
We put it on, and it helps us connect to our pack, which I showed you earlier. We can connect a hose to it, and it'll help us breathe if the environment's really smoky and hot, and then we can breathe clean air.
Do you sound like Darth Vader when you have that on?
Not really, but it's kind of hard to understand a little bit.
Sure, I get that.
And then the hood is super important because it protects our ears and our hair and the sides of our face. We don't want any of our skin showing when we're in the fire. So I'll put this mask on. I'll tighten it so it's super tight, it doesn't move.
Sure.
And then I'll put the hood over the mask. So ideally the hood should go right here, all the way over. And then after that, put on my helmet. And I can tighten it to make sure it won't fall off. And then I grab a tool or a hose and I go fight the fire.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love that it protects everything on you. Your flashlight is like attached so you don't have to hold it.
Right.
This is perfect.
Yep, and I have a flashlight on my helmet too, just to be extra prepared. We don't want any of our skin showing because we don't want any burns, because that's not going to be good for us. We're not going to be able to help you if we're hurting.
Right. So cool. Thank you so much for putting all that gear on and kind of explaining what it does for you and how it keeps you safe. This is awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much for showing us the truck and your gear. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, what made you want to become a firefighter?
My uncle was a firefighter for 31 years in Wisconsin, so I talked to him a lot about it.
Yeah.
And I have a good friend who's on the fire department currently, and so I talked to him a lot about it, and I just kind of decided that I think I could be good at this job too. I think it's something that I can do. So
Yeah.
I applied and I studied, and here I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of the job?
You know, I really like interacting with the public. I love the community risk reduction aspect of the job. I like to help teach fire safety. I like to be around people. I used to work in schools, so I really like to be around kids. Of course, I like fighting fires,
Sure.
but I really like helping out the community.
Awesome. That's awesome. So, you know, we're from the library, so we love to read, and we're just wondering, what's your favorite children's book?
Well, growing up, I loved reading Rainbow Fish. I just think
Yes.
that's a really good story, and
That's
it
a
has
great one.
really, really pretty illustrations.
Yes.
And then I really like the book Thief as like
yeah.
a chapter book.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all of this with us, Kyle, and kind of just showing us the fire station. This has been awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
So we're here with Ryan, who's a captain with Sioux Falls Fire Rescue. So my question is, where is your fire pole? I'm looking around and I don't see it.
Well, we only have one fire pole here in town.
Okay.
A lot of fire stations aren't going with fire poles anymore because people have gotten up in the middle of the night, went to grab for the pole and missed and went down the hole. So it's a little safer having the fire stations on one level now.
Sure.
But we do have one station still. That's our downtown station, Central Fire Station, that still has the fire pole, which is pretty unique and
Yeah.
it's neat for our area.
Super cool. So I'm assuming firefighters still stay at the fire station?
We'd like to, but
Okay.
you know, at night we get a lot of calls,
Okay.
and so that's one unique thing about our job being 24 hours. You come in the morning, and you're here till the following morning. So we come to the station. We treat this kind of as our second home. We do duties every morning. We clean the firehouse, the trucks, making sure everything is in place and ready to go in case we have a call. And it's kind of our second home away from our home. And yeah, it's really busy. We have training. Sometimes we do that in station. Sometimes we do it out of the station. And then just our calls take us in and out of the station all day long.
Sure. And so Kyle was awesome and showed us the truck. Lots of cool things. Are all the trucks in town like that? Are they different?
No, we've got a wide variety of different apparatus. We have ladder trucks, we have engines, we have rescue companies. Like the station we're at today is actually a rescue station where it's, they're actually outside training right now to be able to find someone if they're buried in a building or stranded somewhere. So this is a search specialty station, this one. And we have ones that deal with hazardous materials or other types of rescues. We also have an EMS station, wildland. We have a lot of different specialties here at Sioux Falls.
So this experience has been incredible. I've learned so much. This facility is beautiful and it's just been awesome. Thank you so much for having us and look forward to learning more from you guys.
No problem. Thanks for coming out today.
Thanks.